Well, welcome to this week's edition of Phoenix News, exclusively here on Phoenix TV. And the good news for the Manchester Phoenix this week is that Karl Grahm, our young British defenceman, is back in training. And by the time you've seen this, he will have played in Wednesday night's game for the Phoenix when they travel to the Sky Dome to take on the league-leading Coventry Blaze. Karl Grahm, who got hurt a couple of weeks ago down in Basingstoke and has just took a little longer than we expected to recover, but better to be on the safe side than rushing back early and have anything untoward happen to him. But the good news is that Karl is back in training, he's feeling a whole lot better, and he will have iced in Coventry on Wednesday night when the Phoenix travel to the league-leading Coventry Blaze. And that a game, of course, which pits the two top goal scorers in the league in a head-to-head confrontation. Adam Calder for the Coventry Blaze leads the way going into Wednesday night's game with 45 goals. Just 1 point or one goal behind is our own Super Joe Talari. He's got 44, courtesy of the brace he got in Hull last Saturday and then his marker on Sunday against the Belfast Giants. So number 1 and 2 in the goal scoring chart go head-to-head on Wednesday night, the night that Karl Grahm returns to the Phoenix lineup. Now, elsewhere, looking forward to the weekend. Well, another two vital games for the Manchester Phoenix. Away on Saturday to the Newcastle Vipers. The Vipers, who are very solidly in 5th place in the league table at this moment. Their victories over the weekend put them 11 points clear of the Cardiff Devils. Ironically, the team that the Phoenix are chasing for a 6th place finish in the final league table. It won't be any easy trip going to Newcastle on Sunday for the Phoenix, despite the fact that we've got a good record in the Metro FM arena. Certainly in the last couple of years against the Vipers, we've won more there than we've lost. So we'll go there in good heart, but we're going up against a Vipers team that's got Derek Campbell, Soupy, as we called him last year, as their leading point scorer on the season, and he'll be relishing another opportunity to go up against the Phoenix. And they've also got the red-hot GB international Colin Shields, in excellent form at the moment. In his last 10 games, Shields has scored something like 10 goals and 5 assists. So he really will be one to watch on Saturday on Tyneside for the Phoenix defencemen. Of course, the Phoenix will be back to full strength on the defensive lineup for that game. And then on Sunday in the Ice Dome, it's another huge game for the Phoenix as the Edinburgh Capitals come to town. Edinburgh, who were here a couple of weeks ago, and we got a nice 4-1 victory over them then. But since then, they've had a good couple of victories and they've won on the road in Cardiff and indeed in Coventry in the second leg of a cup game. They lost the tie overall, but they did record a victory in the Sky Dome over the Coventry Blaze. So that shows exactly what the Capitals are capable of. And they are desperate to hunt down the Basingstoke Bison for that 8th place finish in the regular season table, which of course would put them in with a playoff position where they would go up against the champions-elect at this moment in time, Coventry Blaze. So Edinburgh will come down full of confidence and full of heart, and they have been a very, very different Edinburgh Capitals this season to the Edinburgh Capitals we saw last year. It will not be an easy game, but it will be a game that we're sure to have some thrills and spills. And with you guys out there in the stands behind the Phoenix team, we're confident that we can get the 2 points from Sunday night. We will obviously be going to Newcastle looking for 2 points as well. A 4-point weekend for the Phoenix would see them overhaul the Cardiff Devils. And of course, anything from Wednesday night's game as well in Coventry would certainly see the Phoenix leapfrog the Cardiff Devils into that 6th place in the league table. Now, the end of season Phoenix Awards are available now to be voted upon. If you haven't already voted for the awards this season, voting slips can be collected on game nights in the foyer from Mags. She has them, or also from one of either of the 2 programme selling desks. Collect your voting slips there, and you've got the chance to vote for your defenceman of the year, your forward of the year, your young player of the year, and also your player of the year. And all we ask of you is, if once you've made your vote, if just on the back side of the form, if you can just put your name and an email address and or a phone number, just so that we know exactly who's voted and how many votes we've got in for those end of season awards. It promises to be a good night. We had a great night last year in the Cresta Court Hotel. with the players present and the awards ceremony made. It was a good night for everybody. Everybody had a good laugh and a few drinks, and it promises to be another great evening again as we get towards the end of the season and we honour those players who you indeed have voted for those 4 categories: defenceman, forward, young player, and of course the coveted Player of the Year award. Finally this week, we must congratulate wholeheartedly the Phoenix under-18 squad. They went to Sheffield last Saturday needing a point to tie up their divisional championship. They didn't just get the point, they absolutely murdered the Sheffield team. 7-1 the final result. It was a bit edgy early on. The Phoenix team admitted they were a little bit nervous going into the game, but they came through it magnificently with a 7-1 victory over Sheffield. That clinched the title, that clinched promotion. Now the pressure is on for them to win their 2 remaining games to go 100% winning record through the season. They've got a tough ask ahead of them with the road trip to Billingham, where they will still be a couple of players short. They'll draft in a couple of the under-16s to fill for the likes of Phil Hamer, who's currently away in Canada. But then their final game of the season is away to Solihull on Sunday, March the 9th. But ahead of that game, the previous evening, just breaking these teeth in for red rum, ahead of that Sunday, March the 9th game for the under-18s away in Solihull, the previous night when the Phoenix senior team host the Coventry Blaze, we will be honouring the under-18s achievement that night. We're not quite sure exactly what we'll be doing, but certainly the under-18 teams and all their parents will be in attendance, and we will honour the fact that they had not only got promoted, they've won the championship, and they've done it in tremendous style, a 100% winning record to date. Fingers crossed they'll beat Billingham in Billingham before March the 8th, and then hopefully they'll go on the following night on March the 9th and beat Solihull, and it would be a fantastic achievement for the under-18s to go 100% winning record. No pressure there then. Well, that is about it for this wrap-up here on Phoenix TV News. Don't forget, it's Sunday night, 5:30 face-off for this weekend's home game. Edinburgh Capitals are the visitors. It promises to be a cracker. We hope you can join us there and cheer the team on for a 4-point weekend. Thanks for joining us.